The beginning of this course deepened my understanding of philosophy and logic. It provided me with specific strategies and tools that I can incorporate into my work as well as share with other educators. This course stressed the importance of philosophical reflection to furthering my understanding of any subject. Within the context of this course, it enabled me to develop a deeper understanding of Catholic education. There were many things I questioned when I began teaching within a Catholic school. I found it difficult to understand why my faith was being questioned. However, as I worked my way through this course, I began to understand the expectations we place on our teachers in Catholic education. This all lends to providing the best Catholic education we can for our students. To better understand the philosophy of Catholic education, we first need to have a good understanding of philosophy. Philosophy is seeking truth. We cannot realize the truth of Catholic education if we do not allow faith and reason to coincide together. As stated by St. Thomas Aquinas, we cannot sequester these two into opposite categories. Thus, when developing a philosophy of Catholic education, we must focus our efforts on finding the truth. I do not think we use philosophy as a tool in our classroom effectively. As a teacher, I plan on using philosophy as a tool to further my students' understanding of faith and academics. Next, it is important to go beyond the physical or visible aspects of our faith. As mentioned by Father Mark Pierce, it is easy for someone to dress and act Catholic. However, this does not truly identify them as Catholic. It is important to understand the roots of our faith, the things we cannot immediately see. These are the most difficult to share and communicate with students. The visible aspects are easy to identify. Our challenge as Catholic educators is to focus on the roots or non-visible aspects. This is how we make God visible to students. Sacramentality in schools enables educators to move students from witnesses to active participants in faith. The Bible can be used to accomplish this. The Bible parallels our own lives. We can use it to explore our body, soul, and spirit to reveal answers about our life. By having students engage in this philosophical discovery, we engage them with faith. We make them realize the importance and meaning of Catholicism. Something that has been taken for granted in the schools I've been a part of is sacramentality. One of the things I plan on doing when I return to the classroom is to ensure our students are encouraged to be active participants. We can take this even further by using Catholic philosophy to help move teachers and students beyond what is current and real to what should be and what is right. We see throughout history and science and technology how Christian philosophy is a driving force that brings about change or new ways of thinking. It is no coincidence these ways of thinking align with Catholic beliefs and values. For new teachers, one of the greatest challenges is to permeate faith into the classroom. If, as de Torre states, Christian philosophy has been one of the driving forces behind revolutionary movements and breakthroughs, then why do we not permeate our Catholic faith? If we want our students to succeed at being the best they can possibly be, then we owe it to them to blend faith and reason as a tool for innovation. Many of the practices and philosophies shared within this course will be shared with my teachers at my school and within my school division. Many of these will greatly assist our teachers in permeating Catholicism effectively. As Catholic educators, we must also understand that parents are the primary educators of their children. Although we share the responsibility with other individuals and institutions, parents have the initial and final say in what type of religious education their child receives. This impacts what we do in Catholic schools. Not all of our students are Catholic. In Alberta, Bill 44 reiterates that parents are the primary educators of their child, and we need to respect that. What does this mean for Catholic schools? This means we must ensure we communicate with parents what we are doing in our schools in regards to Catholic education. Technology is great for communicating and celebrating what we do in our Catholic schools. Without evangelization, a Catholic school has no reason to be labeled as such. There are certain things that identify Catholic schools from other schools: our educational philosophy, Christian anthropology, community, our worldview, and our ongoing search for wisdom and truth. These all distinguish Catholic schools from other schools. As educators, we must fulfill the same role that Jesus did in Luke 24:13-35. Now that same day, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them, but they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces downcast. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you the only one visiting Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" he asked. "About Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is the third day since all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning but didn't find his body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women they had said, but they did not see Jesus." He said to them, "How foolish are you, and how slow to believe all that the prophets have spoken? Did not the Messiah have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he explained to them what was said in all the scriptures concerning himself. As they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus continued on as if he were going further. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening, the day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. They asked each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while we talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" They got up and returned at once to Jerusalem. There they found the 11 and those with them, assembled together and saying, "It is true, the Lord has risen and has appeared to Simon." Then the two told what had happened on the way and how Jesus was recognized by them when he broke the bread. Just like the two disciples, our students can feel alone or lost. As Catholic educators, we need to guide our students to see the truth in faith and academics. This should encompass all that we do. Jesus models good leadership by gaining the confidence and trust of his disciples. As Catholic education leaders, we must hold ourselves to the highest standard. Jesus provides us with the standard to which we should try to attain. A good leader is open to the ideas and questions of others and is approachable. This enables us to identify the needs of others and address them in our work. Leading by example will build respect and trust. If we are not willing to do something, then we should not expect others to do it. Jesus was exemplar at empowering others. We must strive to do the same. Early Christian educators embraced philosophy to produce better theologians, lawyers, and physicians. By embedding philosophy into educational practices, as early Christian educators did, we can assist students in deepening their understanding of faith. Philosophy can be used as a tool to allow faith and reason to support each other while increasing our knowledge and wisdom in academics. A strong character-building program within a school assists in achieving this goal. Having a comprehensive approach to developing character contributes to the moral and spiritual life of the school. Catholic schools are better equipped for inclusive environments than other schools because of the beliefs and guidelines established within our faith. Inclusiveness and understanding are the building blocks of acceptance of love. When we allow sarcasm, derogatory remarks, and mocking to creep into our classrooms, we create an environment where students lose a level of independence because their well-being and happiness rely on the actions of others. Catholic schools must embrace a culture of acceptance and understanding through inclusivity to ensure students maintain their independence. In the end, Catholic education is about teaching students the difference between right and wrong. Our conscience is a faculty for distinguishing right from wrong. If a conscience is not formed correctly, then students will not know when they are making a wrong decision. The people we associate with, the actions we choose, and the Word of God assists us in forming our conscience. We must prepare our students to make the right decisions by ensuring their conscience is formed through faith. This is the compass that will lead them to the eternal home.